Now, Thomas, talk to us about where the system lies right now and what we are seeing throughout southeast Queensland.
Alfred at the moment lies about 180 kilometres east of the Gold Coast, or about 190 kilometres east of Brisbane. So it is very, very, very slowly getting here. It's been a bit of a snail's pace. It keeps looping back on itself because of these competing steering influences. It did another loop yesterday, which is it's odd to see. But no, the system's very slowly getting here. We are expecting a landfall overnight tonight. We're finally into that period now where we can say tonight and not, so many days in advance.
In terms of when the cyclone itself hits or gets landfall, what does that mean for people and what will that actually feel like?
So throughout today, conditions are expected to obviously deteriorate. The closer the system gets, the more rain there'll be, the more wind there'll be. It'll be a very gradual build-up. So even this morning, most places are only at around 40 to 60 kilometres an hour. We've seen gusts already at Byron Bay of 120.
Oh, wow.
These winds will slowly increase throughout the day, especially with the slow movement of the system. And then in that sort of like from midday until landfall, we're probably going to see a more widespread wind. At the moment, they've been really confined to coastal areas, but we'll see more widespread winds. And then, of course, obviously the higher winds will start to impact coastal areas, and then they'll also spread inland by the night. And, of course, the rain. The rain it's probably going to come through in waves throughout the day. We're seeing that on radar a lot. There'll be these bands that just come through and hit a very narrow area. And then, of course, they've got the winds with them.
Yeah.
Those rain bands are quite heavy, but as the system approaches, we're going to see more persistent rain come with it, especially on the southern side. There's a lot of convection on the southern side of the system, not a whole lot on the northern side. A lot of that rain and wind is going to be confined to the southern side, but it doesn't mean places north of it are out of it. We're actually getting more and more concerned for Saturday now after the system's made landfall, where we could very well see dangerous thunderstorms, convergence zones that just dump rain. Some of the latest model data is actually quite concerning for a couple of places seeing an absolute ton of rain on Saturday in the wake of this system.
What's it also like, I guess, to be in the eye of the storms?
Because that can lull people, can't it?
Some areas, some towns or even suburbs of Brisbane, if Brisbane was to get the direct eye landfall, that will have really strong winds for a period of time, but in the lead up to the eye coming. And then there will be this little period of much calmer winds, probably not fully calm. It's not like you'll go outside and there won't even be a blade of grass moving. It'll just be calmer.
Yeah.
And it will be really eerie and weird. And then once the system continues to move west and the back side of the eye wall comes through, the eastern side of the eye wall, those winds will pick up really quickly once again.
Okay, right. So we're in for a little bit, and this can be hours. Like this can be, what, 12
hours.
Hours worth.